Welcome to the next eAcademy episode. Today we will make it clear what the identification of devices connected to the Integra series control panel is used for, and what should be done to perform this process correctly. What do we need to do it? Any control panel from the Integra family, in our case it will be the Integra 64 with enclosure, transformer and battery. Any keypad compatible with the Integra control panel, in this case it will be the INT TSG. The ETHM1 Plus module that enables the control panel to communicate over the Ethernet. Any zone or output expander module, in this case it will be the INT-E zone expander. Before we proceed to discuss the process of identification, let's clarify why it is so important to carry it out. As we mentioned in the last episode, the devices reaching the customer have the factory default settings. The control panel with factory settings supports all keypads connected to the bus regardless of what addresses are set in them. However, this mode does not allow you to program the system. You can only start programming after setting correct addresses for each device and after identifying devices connected both to the keypad bus and to the expander bus. This is especially so because during the identification procedure, the numbers of available hardwired zones and outputs, as well as the numbers of all zones and outputs in the system, are determined. Important notes: the identification function must be run each time a new device is connected to the bus or an address is changed in the device connected to the bus. Disconnecting the identified devices from the communication bus will trigger a tamper alarm. An attempt to replace the identified device with another one having the same address will trigger a tamper alarm. Now let's go back to our system. Today all actions will be presented based on the physical devices for which we set the addresses in the previous episode. The INT TSG keypad and the ETHM1 Plus module have been connected to the keypad bus, whereas the INT-E expander has been connected to the first expander bus. First, devices connected to the keypad bus must be identified. It's worth remembering that, until the first identification of the devices in the system, the only functions available in the keypad connected to the control panel with factory settings will be those we will tell you about in a moment. On the main screen, tap the wrench icon that will display the advanced screen. Tap the keypad icon to display the terminal. Enter the factory service password 12345 and confirm with the asterisk. In the user manual that will open, tap the key with number 9 to enter the service mode. Using the arrow keys, select in turn, Structure, Hardware, Identification, Identification of keypads, and tap Hash to confirm. The display will show the LCD keypads identification message. Then two lines of information will be displayed. The first will show the found text and information about the physical addresses of connected and recognized devices. In this case they are 0. Address of the INT TSG keypad. 1. Address of the ETHM1 Plus module. The second line will show the type text. Under each address, a letter representing the type of device will be displayed. In our case, the letters are G, the INT TSG keypad, and E, the ETHM1 Plus module. To finish the process of identification of keypads, tap the hash key. Now you can finish the process of device identification and exit the service mode, or go to the next stage of identification, which is the identification of expansion modules. Use the arrow keys to select the expander identification function. The identification of expanders message will appear on the display. The found text will be displayed along with the number of expanders found. In addition, information about the number of new devices will be shown in brackets. In this case, one new device has been found, the INT-E zone expander. The number 1 is shown in brackets, which means that this expander is the new device in the system. Important note: if the expander is correctly identified, the LED on its electronics board, which indicates the status of communication with the control panel, will be blinking. If the LED is steady on, it means that the device has not been identified and will not work properly. In order to correctly complete the identification process, tap the asterisk key to exit successful functions until the End Service command appears on the display. Tap the hash key to confirm the end of the function. When the prompt "Store flashings in flash 1 means yes" appears on the display, touch the key with the number 1 to make the control panel save the settings. The process of identification of devices connected to the keypad bus and expander bus of the control panel, if carried out in the way we have just discussed, guarantee proper operation of these devices in the system. That's all as regards the process of device identification, and that's all for this episode. Thank you for your attention. We invite you to watch the next E Academy episodes. See you soon.